Ladies and gentlemen, we're back with another episode of our Spartan campaign. And the reason I'm energetic is because it's New Year, boys. Happy 2024. May everyone's year be glorious, just as our empire is. Last stream, we bounced back from a string of defeats with a string of epic victories, winning us the province of Asia after defeating Pergamon in front of her city. Some nice land battles followed by a brisky siege, winning of a city of Rhodes. And of course, at the end of this stream, we took war to the Galatians and to Pontus, annihilating Pontus at the Battle of Mazaka. And of course, taking Ikonon and Anchria from the Galatians. Of course, now we're stuck in this war of Galatia, as well as another war against the Romans. It's been ongoing, albeit Rome is not really focused on me. It seems that they much prefer to go up against my Balkan allies. And speaking of that, we are now in a defensive alliance with Adrisia and with Tillus, which is awesome, because that means that we can coordinate against the Romans, that we can kind of keep each other a little bit safer altogether, safety in numbers. Even though there isn't great cultural affinity between us, our factions are friends. So in any case, it is nice to have allies in this game, and they are quite powerful allies. The Drisians controlling a quite reasonable swath of territory here in the Balkans and over here in Bithynia, and Tillus also controls a pretty decent amount of territory. And honestly, we are quite strong now. In fact, we're getting close to Rome's strength, according to the balance of power there on the diplomatic screen. So that's actually great news. Phenomenal development. The only issue is that we don't really know what Galatia's packing right now. We don't know where our armies are, and that in of itself can be an issue. In of itself can be a problem, given that, look at this. The Galatians do control a decent amount of territory. I have no idea where our army is. It could be here in Syria, or it could be here. I don't know. I have to go check it out, because clearly these Galatians must have an army somewhere. We're at war with so many factions. Like, we've got to have an army somewhere. So it's up to us to figure that out. In any case, we will let the turn go, and then probably purchase some stuff for settlements the next turn. We'll continue to develop our building. Everything. Everything that we need to do. Looking at my chat here. I think it's stuff from Jellison from yesterday. But yeah, boys, let's figure out what to do to next turn. We gotta get our spy to have a proper look around Galatia. We really do. Gotta get going with our spy. For I don't want to push my armies into the great unknown. I want to be kind of sure about what I'm doing here. The thing also is that this random settlement here in Syria, I don't know if I want to take it or if I don't. I mean, we don't really have any treaties with the Seleucids or with the Ptolemies. So we honestly could take either of them on and take their settlements. I mean, if Antiochia, boys, the capital of the Seleucid Empire, is already under the control of the Ptolemies. It really seems that the Seleucids have kind of lost. And if they have, and perhaps it'll be a worthy war to go against them after we've done crushing the Galatians under heel. Well, let's go check out what the Galatians are up to. Now, this navy is kind of bad. It won't be able to assist a garrison in destroying a whole army. Then there is an army here that's clearly just incomplete, Let's see. Take me 2 turns to get there, and I'd have to trespass in someone else's territory if I wish to. Don't particularly love that. This army is already completely formed, and I feel like I should just take it out of the city. It'll be advantageous if I do. Don't know, but I definitely do need to help. No, just go get more food, because this is already gonna be good for the supply. And then yeah, I do need to go ahead and try to work on my population. I don't know, maybe we should go for this, or maybe we should go for a temple. Since it's gonna be, it's not majorly Greek here. I don't know, I don't really feel like a temple. Any case. No, I'll let these rebels build up for one more turn. It'll be good to get to like -60. And then for these guys, I mean, I don't have much cavalry going on here right now. Yeah, we actually took apart a military building here. I mean, we could go for Galatian light cav. It's not very expensive. These Cappadocians are very expensive. We have a lot of money though, so it's not a huge deal. But nah, I think I'll just go for some cav. It's always good to have some cavalry, right? It gives you that flexibility. Okay, no point of doing that. Positive public order, positive public order. Perfect. Now we can go spend some money on upgrades. Just, our food is quite low. Food is quite low. And I want to get the commercial capital. Because financially it's great. It's 500 plus. And it gives us these pikemen that we could train as well, which would be kind of cool. Although we have pellet pikes already. It's not that big of a deal. I mean, I do want these guys. Plus, we're going to get +5 food from that, I forgot. So, you know what? Probably worth it. Probably a good thing. Let's see. Either roads, commercial roads. I mean, commercial roads would be pretty good. Go for commercial roads. And you know, we're going to capture a lot more territory, so it's not such a big deal when it comes to my food supply. Even though it doesn't look great right now, it will become better for sure. Yeah, we'll just wait that over here. I also wanted to start a new army in Greece because in all honesty, the Romans will be... We will need to deal with the Romans eventually, so... Go ahead, we can get a warrior, can march these guys out. Wonder... Where are the rest of my agents? Yeah, there's this guy here. We gotta go bring him back. Yeah, we can go ahead, save that. Now we can go ahead and do this. Let's see. Do we upgrade this navy? Sure, let's upgrade the navy. Upgrade the navy just a little bit. Maybe we have a lot of money, so why not? We can go get a couple more units for the navy, boys. But then that's probably it. Like, how big is the navy now? 10 ships? Yeah, I think 10 is really as big as we can go for our navy. Like, Sparta's never going to be a naval power, right? We really don't need to. Although we did have ships at the Battle of Salamis, perhaps the most important and impressive Greek naval battle in history. So, you know what? Maybe I spoke too soon. Now, here's the thing. For this army, I want to make it a mostly pike-based army. And I want it to be a solid army capable of taking on the Romans. That means utilizing my homioi, albeit my cavalry certainly does not need to be homioi. And I can make non-homioi hoplites. Like, my guest hoplites can hold the flanks while the homioi pikes engage the center. That's why I'm dealing with guest hoplites for now. Okay, so next turn. I think that was a pretty solid turn. Right, we have an army building up at Sparta, an army building up at Pergamon. My navy is getting into a more functional state. My army in Pergamon is recruiting some local Asians to join me in my Spartan glory. And my army is in Cappadocia. They have moved closer to Galatian-owned Pontus. See, I see a Galatian spy doing something. I think that they might ruin my move speed or something. Or perhaps they're trying for an assassination. I'm not entirely sure, boys. I'm not entirely sure. We'll find out next turn. That was quite long pause, though. Maybe they did accomplish something of merit. I have no idea. Something substantive, perhaps, or maybe not. Man, I have to admit, Greece is making me a killing, man. We're getting so much income from Greece. It is a beautiful province right now. Absolutely gorgeous. And I just hope my population just continues to increase, because the way that these provinces become militarily useful and economically useful is through the population mechanic. You just want the population to keep on going up and up and up and... Oh, wait. We crashed! Ah, fuck. Okay. Now, the reason I'm worried here isn't just because a crash is annoying. It's because sometimes crashes happen consistently because of something, and you have to like detect what it is. Like, I've had crashes where it's like you crash every time you win a specific battle. I really do hope that like it's not... I hope it was just like a performance related crash, you know? Like, I hope it was just a random crash, that there wasn't some sort of like input that I put in that caused it. I don't know. We'll just have to see, you know? Sega. We'll just have to see. Sorry about that, boys. I mean, there ain't really much I can do. I'll just load up the last save. Thing is that I don't really want to do things the exact way that I did them, because it might end up causing a crash, you know? So it's like, maybe I will refrain from doing a couple of like training things or something, you know? Maybe I'll refrain from building a couple of things. I don't know. Well, we'll see how this goes. Well, I don't even know which exact turn we're at right now. Besides it being 85, but that number means very little to me. So we'll see exactly how the map looks and where my armies are positioned and stuff, and we'll figure out exactly where we crashed from. Let's see. Okay, so these armies are here, already moved. Okay, so it looks like we've done everything. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, this army exists. This navy's I mean, okay, I'll just roll it. I mean, yeah, it looks like we're pretty much where we were. If that was a performance-related crash, and things should just be able to proceed as if nothing happened. Oh, man, the Romans just took out my ally. Look at Larissa, boys. I mean, perhaps that was intuitive for me to start building that army in Sparta. Perhaps it was just pure intuition that led me to that idea for... Look at that. My ally is defeated. Of course, he has this army, like, right here, dude. Like, why was this army so far away from its territory? I mean, I know that we had, like... There was like a Roman army that was roving around here, but you guys actually see like there's a sword. It's kind of pixelated because it's in the, you know, we're moving through the turns, but you can see that there's swords crossed here, which indicates that there was a grand victory in this exact location. But yeah, like there was a Roman army there at one point that I destroyed, and then this like army of theirs has never moved out of that spot since. And, well, it's quite bad. Food shortage, eh? And one of the reasons why is because of his navy, so it's not such a big deal. We can actually move a bit. Let's see, what can I build here that would be profitable? I can go ahead and do this. I mean, also his raiding is definitely causing a food shortage, because raiding does cause, well, food shortages, so go figure. Always causes negative food. Let's see. See another army here, but truthfully, I don't know what happened to the Galatian army. Okay, this is the one Galatian army that I've yet to find. Oh! Galatia owns all of Armenia. Maybe that's why. Man, their empire is honestly a little bit overextended, I have to say. It's, of course, to our benefits. To our immense benefit, in fact, but... And I have absolutely zero belief that this Thessalian army is going to be capable of rushing over here and defeating the Romans. I don't think it's going to happen. This army is, or at least those units are one turn away from being finished. That is fine. What I think I should do is shut down this rebel army first. That's what I'm going to do first. We can play the battle out, and then we'll proceed against the Galatians. There's really nothing I could do with unit recruitment for both of my armies that are currently being created are still in the process of forming, and because I started with Xenoi, it's still going to take a little bit of time. But when it comes to Galatia, I feel like we can make quite immense gains right now, and I think I would be quite daft not to. Gonna have Perioikoi and Xenoi right behind these guys. My flanks will be guarded by Cretans and Spartan youths. Keep my slingers out at the front, and then at my rear, we can go ahead and have these hoplites. Let's go check out these reformed Spartan hoplites. I mean, don't they look cool? Let's see here. They have the Litothorax armor. They just in general look like a more modern unit than the previous Homioi hoplites I had, right? They seem more uniformly armored. It just seems like the state has you know, a greater interest in creating a more disciplined and regimented unit. A more uniform unit as well. This is just the Spartans kind of getting their act together and saying, alright, you know, we're going to be similar to the Romans, we're going to be similar to the Seleucids, we're going to have a real professional unit rather than just a bunch of skilled fighters. Oh, I'm happy with the look of those guys. I mean, they look even cooler than the regular Homioi, where the occasional person is wearing nothing but a cloak. Up against me, his rebels are outnumbered. They do have a hill, which is something. A whole lot of something, actually. But their hoplites are very bad. Their peltis are good, though. And it's their peltis I have to worry about. They could inflict some pretty severe casualties to try to assault their position. Also wooded, which doesn't really help. But I'll just continue moving as a singular army here. Up the hill we go. Until we spot something. Up we go, up we go. There we go. Some of the enemy finally come into view.
Our hidden units have been discovered.
You can see a singular Peltis is kind of charging me, trying to start the skirmish. Hopefully my Helots will be able to unfurl their slings and, with some sort of skill, discharge their deadly missiles. Now my Helots aren't the best slingers, but oops, didn't mean to do that. They aren't the best slingers, but they're okay. They'll be able to hit a target or two, especially with all of them firing at once, although they're taking casualties from these Peltis and they haven't inflicted any back. And now they have. Casualties will now begin as we have shredded through some of this unit's armor. You can see an occasional Peltis collapsing onto the floor, and each Peltis that we kill is a very big help to us. The enemy cannot really afford to lose units. course, we're about to lose some hoplites. It's really unfortunate that these like Greek rebels always have a crap load of peltas. But it's quite intelligent too, because peltas are units that could just kill quite a bit. I mean, javelins are just very, very deadly. You know? You go up against a javelin unit, you're gonna lose a couple guys at least. But yeah, this peltas unit has been getting absolutely slaughtered by my slingers. They're already quite low on morale here, you can see. They'll be even lower once they actually need to engage my slingers. Enemy general charges my light infantry, which should be smart, but except against Spartan youths, who are actually exceptionally good against cavalry. So you'll see, but a couple of moments of being engaged with my youths, this cavalry unit is gonna start losing men. My youths have such an insane bonus versus cavalry, man. They're one of the best anti-cavalry units in this game, I wager. And yeah, it'd be a good idea to send some of my cavalry around their flank. Yeah, I mean, we've caught their cavalry. This cavalry of the enemy general is just, they're taking a lot of damage here. Taking a lot of damage. Now over here, we've engaged the enemies pike on pike. See here, guest hoplites versus their militia. My guest hoplites are absolutely destroying them right now. But over here is Perioikoi is not having a good time. Either is the enemy general though. Yeah, we've got to go send my Cretans running after this flank. I don't want my Perioikoi hoplites to get completely wrecked. Although, according to the balance of power, this battle is pretty much over, so maybe there really ain't much to plan for anymore. Yo! Corn is a grass. Sick, okay. You always come into this stream to blaspheme, to say the most mind-boggling things. Corn is not a grass, bro. It's a fruit. It's sweet like a fruit. Can't be a grass, bro. It's not a grass. Corn is a grass. How ridiculous. How silly. How obscene. It's a member of the grass family. Sure, buddy. Sure, buddy. And I'm a member of the vegetable family. Sure. It's a fucking grass family, bro. No way. No way. You're trolling. You are simply trolling. Grass family. As if there's such a thing. Man. Apparently, I'm not favored to win that battle, but I can't understand why, because I'd favor myself to win that battle. Bye! Ooh. What a Pokemon. What a Pokemon I'm catching. Look at that thing. It's a puffer fish. It's a fucking puffer fish. Ooh! Caught it. Or I hope I caught it. Might break free. Anyway, boys. So, Galatia, Cappadocia, mostly captured. CD is the only thing that's left, but I'm not gonna go mess with the Ptolemies just yet. Although in the future I probably will, to be honest with you. I probably will. These armies, there's really not much I can do right now. Now, the only thing I'm thinking about is whether I want to confront these dang Romans, because we have a pretty okayish idea of what's over here, and this garrison is yet to form, so we could go in for a quick kill on these Romans. 1% chance to assassinate, so I guess we can't really take that. What is this? Despair amongst the populace? I mean, let's just go see what the army's over here. A lot of Principe, some Triarii all over damage, some Roman, okay, Molossian hoplites. I mean, honestly, I'm feeling confident when I look at this army. I mean, I think other infantry would lose to mine, especially in like a street battle, you know what I mean? Like, I think Roman flexibility is most advantageous on the open field, but in the streets, my phalanxes could probably deploy and maneuver a lot easier, and they'll be able to sit in these choke points. You said bye! Okay, what happened? What happened, bro? What happened today? Yeah, let's play these battles out one by one. So honestly, I favor myself to win all of them. But let's play them one by one in order from easiest to hardest. So we're going to start with this Galatian army, since it's just a garrison. I think it's going to be the easiest. What happened, bro? What is the news? As Keemstar would say. I was talking on Discord with a bunch of fellow losers. We were talking about manga, and then the conversation went into... Okay, as Discord conversations tend to. One of the dudes was a furry. Okay, so he has probably some quite interesting opinions on the subject. If I may say so myself, I'm sure that he's quite the connoisseur. A man who is quite dedicated to the craft that you are describing. And probably a very opinionated individual too on the subject. Are really something else. I believe that statement. I have no difficulty believing in such a statement personally. Let's start pushing forward here. Just try to get my Cretan archers into an excellent position to fire. Now, there's a high chance that the enemy is just going to push forward. 150 pages? 150 pages that he's probably poured over tenderly with great, you know, great attention to detail, I'm sure. 150 pages, bro. I mean, that's porn for the plot, though. And also, you know what? I want to increase the graphics here. Like, why are my graphics so bad? This is high? Near the camera? Wait, what? I mean, Trillier is like the highest, right? That I can do. No. How do I like make it that things look better? I want things to look better from like a distance, you know? See, like, you see how like when I zoom out, things just become like exceptionally... If I go for ultra graphics, just a general, like, generic ultra. Yep. I mean, bro, like, that's porn for the plot, dude. That's porn for the plot. That's hilarious, though. I will absolutely. We're too long, and then this guy was like, "We're not long enough. Have you seen the stuff I get into? We're not long enough." Story makes it better. Wait, I'm gonna go and screw around with this for a little bit. Yeah. It feels very weak. Okay, I think I like the game just naturally. It should have made you cry. Bro, that's hilarious, dude. It's funny as fuck. Really? 90%. Man, maybe Hollywood's gotta hire these people then. So imagine you're at like a Hollywood, you're at like some sort of interview, and you're being asked like what experience you have, and then you're like, oh yeah, I've done furry porn comics, and then they're like, oh yeah, yep, you're not just qualified, you're the best. Okay. Honestly, the Galatians might consider just charging me right now because they're going to be under such intense fire from my Cretan archers. I've already killed one of our local archers. Killed a local. We're fairly local. I mean, yeah, it looks like they're getting pretty frisky out here. And these guys are kind of fiending a charge. It's not the best. No outlet for any. I mean, yeah, pretty much. It's just funny as fuck to me though. Like, they just dress up as animals, bro. I mean, yeah, pretty much. I mean, being a furry becomes the outlet. They found an outlet. I don't know. Unless they actually have the hots for animals, like, legitimately. But I honestly don't freaking know if they do. Yeah, they're Bugs Bunny sexual. See how these hoplites do against this like Gallic infantry. I mean, so far so good. I mean, we're just gonna have this hoplite push forward here. I mean, look at that, 12 kills versus. Yeah, I mean, honestly, these guys are doing pretty dang well. Do get exposed. I mean, yeah, I'm not surprised. Like, I don't think anybody should be surprised to hear that some furries end up being a little deviant, a little weird. Or very deviant and very weird, and more like it. Anyway, I'm gonna go start hitting this flank maneuver. I think on my hoplites, I should be able to hold against these guys in a frontal assault pretty easily. Gotta like outflank these guys. I mean, if someone tells me a furry is like a zoophile, that's like the most like obvious thing. It's like, yeah, of course they are. They literally dress up like animals and bang. Like, it's not a very big stretch to go from that to actually banging animals. But I'm sure most don't. Just because, like, you know, anybody with a sense of morality wouldn't. Alright, there we go. These guys will charge right into the rear of these Galatians since they've sallied out so aggressively, and then my hired Lancers are going to be replaced by Carrion Axemen who have an insane charge. I mean, yeah, internet history is full of shit like this, eh? And that's why it's so entertaining, you know? Fortunately, people are both amused but also very interested in horrible stuff like this happening.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
And then these guys, oh my dude, that charge was sick. 40 kills on a light unit just charging right into the back of infantry. It's a big charge, some big kills. By who? Christine? I don't know who. Wait, I think I may know who that is. Wasn't that like? Wasn't he that like Asian YouTuber that has like autism or something? Was it that guy? I think I may. I think that sounds vaguely familiar to me. I may have watched one of his YouTube drama videos. He's not Asian. Okay, but definitely not the person I'm thinking about. Low mid-tier. Mid-tier. Let's make a tier list. I know what you mean. I'm just joking. All right, so nice. Let's do the next battle. The next battle in terms of difficulty. A bigger garrison with honestly better units. And now there's a navy. And this RB is a little bit worse too. It's a little bit more randomness in this army. A lot of people refuse to get jobs. Now you'll be surprised, like, by the amount of people you'll probably end up knowing, like, as an adult who have, like, degrees but don't ever get jobs for some reason. Everybody knows quite a few of those people at some point. I think you'll be surprised by how many you'll end up knowing. It's a weird phenomena. No. What the heck? You know what? I've heard this. I think you've told me about this before. Because I've heard this one before. I think that you told me about this person. Yeah, that's a person who definitely doesn't know how the world works whatsoever. But didn't you tell me that, like, this person didn't get any time in prison because it became quite apparent that they're intellectually disabled? Too intellectually disabled to prosecute. Yet they, like, insisted that they wanted to spend jail time or something because they felt so appalled by what they did. Is it that individual? I remember hearing this story. I just, you know, I think I'm getting some details mixed up potentially, but... Mentally deranged? Ah, okay. Simple. Oh, okay. RIP. That blows. That's a sad one. But also, what the heck? How do I play this one out? I mean, oh yeah, these ships are going to be quick since they are... This is like an actual navy, so they're going to be landing very, very quickly. But I also have long-range skirmishers, so you know what? I think that the best thing I can do is just hit these guys from the front. The shields don't look particularly protective. And these units have decent armor, but not impenetrable armor, so... I think we could probably just do a lot of damage to some of his frontline units. That'll probably be the best thing I can do in the early stages of the battle. These guys are going behind cover. We managed to do some HP damage clearly though. That's quite sad, eh? Sandy sad. I'm just gonna do a prolonged skirmish though, boys. I'm just skirmishing. So it doesn't look like he really wants to skirmish all too much, which makes sense. And my Rhodians are very strong and very quick. I mean, they are the elite of slingers. Besides Balearics, no one can beat my damn Rhodians. And they're going ham! Straight from my beloved island that I've conquered. I've conquered you, now you sling for us, boys. Throw your stones. Throw your lead pellets. Deliver hell upon these Gauls. Even my Hallett archers, they're taking some pot shots too now. It's time to go pull back my slingers to the relative safety of my Spartan ranks. And go ahead, form the phalanxes. Let's go, boys! Could buy artwork for him. Big iOS problems. I mean, yeah, these guys are just grouping up for an attack. The Gauls are congregating for mating. They mean business. Bro, what are we doing? I mean, you can see here, these Celtic tribesmen getting slaughtered by my slingers. They think that they're being smart by hiding in that bush. Actually, you know what? These frail swords have 3 volleys of javelins. I'd better freaking use them. Come on, boys, throw your javelins. Throw your beautiful javelins. You get a javelin. Oh, yeah, I remember that thing at Applelad. I remember that. That was a massive, like, everyone was really mad at Apple for that for some reason. I don't know, I wasn't really. Being exploited by hackers, okay, well that's pretty bad. That I don't like.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Yeah, that blows. It's actually ridiculous. And now we're just peppering these guys with missiles, but honestly, Celts have decent shields, so it's not doing the most damage. I mean, I am seeing some woad-covered bodies hit the ground, though. Update your system? Oh, like what? Because of hacking thing? Wait, this is like a new thing? Like really recent. I have a lot of Apple devices, bro. I'm an Apple shill. I'm an Apple NPC. Oh, I didn't know. Apple doing a good job at keeping this information somewhat under wraps, I suppose. So as a normie, I didn't hear about it at all. Okay, I'm just trying to throw like all of these phalanxes forward. Celtic tribesmen are like right here, and they are making life a little bit difficult, but yeah, we're pushing forward here. We're gonna go ahead and get right up close and personal. Nice. Okay, we did a pretty good job blocking off this side. There is a bit of a gap in our line, but I think it's okay, because we're gonna go ahead and hit the rear quicker. Yeah.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
I mean, I'll take a look at that video. I'm sure I'll be fine, though. Bad things don't happen to me. No! If you must. What time is it in Romania right now anyway? Hey bro, if you hack me, just do something funny, alright? Free bear. Okay, yeah. Yeah, you should go. This is a problem. My 4Xers are getting decent number of kills on these Celtic Axemen and stuff. I mean, honestly, they're doing pretty well for themselves. But yeah, I am not. You woke up to piss it out. Damn. Bye. Look at this just massive group of shattered Celts, bro. Oh, the only thing left now are units that are actually part of the enemy navy proper. So these are the units that may actually still be under the control of the Galatians after his battles. So better wipe him out as much as I can. I'm moving in some Homii hoplites, my Hippias, as well as the reformed Spartan hoplites in my army to wipe these guys out. Man, I'm just hoping here that we can go and kill as many men that are part of his navy as we can. I mean, we are chasing primarily with my Spartan cavalry. They aren't the best cavalry units, but should be capable of at least hunting down troops that can't defend themselves. I mean, even a Spartan child can kill these guys, let alone a fully grown man, a fully bearded man on horseback, right? Surely we should be able to kill some of these Marines. Cowards who need to fight on ship and can't hold the shield wall, or at least ride a horse like these inferior Spartans. Oh, and here's the general. Perhaps we can go and kill him. I mean, he's fleeing from the field. Coward. And, well, I think we've done a good job there. Yeah, look at that. A navy, quite a few of the units won't recover. Although, certainly some of these units will. Just, yeah. One thing I do like about having skirmish advantages in DI is that it does end up forcing the AI to attack you every single time. And once they rush out of her city, it's just so telegraphed. And oh my dude! 742 kills. 742. 400 on a carry and axeman. Dude, these guys must have gone ham. Absolutely freaking bonkers. What a victory. But like I said, boys, those are going to be the easier fights. Now, what is the main deficiency here? Food. Cultural difference is -5. I mean, that's not even that bad. And that'll go down over time. Now, honestly, like, this province will improve. Province will improve over time. Now, let's see what's going on here with the buildings now. I mean, all of these are Celtic buildings, so we're gonna have to demolish pretty much everything and just start anew. Oh, we just wait 10 turns and we have one of these. That's certainly worth it, although barely any Greek culture here. So I'm not gonna own Nicomedia though, so I can't even get an Odeon, so... Yeah, we'll just go for this. Trapezos is the last. It's the last thing I have to worry about in this province, and I am witnessing Chimeria right over here.
We are not known as patient people. Therefore, welcome.
I really don't want to be at war with Chimeria. I'm going to be honest with you. It isn't on the look list. Although, admittedly, I have not seen... yeah, I really don't need to be at war with Chimeria. Although, it may end up happening, because these guys love to be at war with me. They always declare war at me. In every campaign I've had that involves these fools, they've always done it. So, I'm not confident I'll be able to get out of it, but it matters little what I want. It's more about what they wish. It's more about what they want. They're probably going to want to, knowing them. But in any case, got through those 2 battles. I mean, once we've done that, I think the only thing that should be left for Galatia, unless they own a part of... No, they don't own anything... They don't own anything in Caucasia, then... Unless they own a part of Mesopotamia, which is a possibility, it should just be what's left here in Armenia. Do we still have any spy movement? No, we don't. That means we are going to Rome. Now, the army I have over here is honestly not that good. A lot of Perioikoi hoplites that are just mediocre. These light hoplites are honestly not that good either. They're not great in melee. I mean, Agriani and sellswords are superbly useful, and I prefer them over light hoplites, like any sane, sentient person should. That's a quick adjustment I can make. And yeah, it definitely pushed things more in my favor. Figures that their garrison of 199 is basically negligible. What I have to worry about is their 1900 men. But I have 2800, so I outnumber them. And look, there's a lot of parts of his components in this Roman army that just aren't fully functional. Like, their general is very damaged, the Triarii are injured, these Italian swords aren't the best, they have pretty low morale, their cavalry is really hurt. And those Velites, I mean, they're short range. They're good javelin units, don't get me wrong, but they're short range. The main thing I have to worry about are the Principe, who are reasonably healthy. The enemy is also gonna deploy up on this hill for sure. I mean, I can't even, like doing this will just subject my Agrianians to torment. Like, I don't want to do that. Let's just get all my hoplites in a nice line. We can space them out a little bit, like this. We can have my hoplites, the Spartan hoplites right here, and then we can have a light hoplite on either flank, just to help things out. I'm getting a call from my buddy Illy, but I am going to stop that for we are gaming. Alright, I want to proceed quite cautiously. Like, I know that these Romans can be very, very, very pesky. And let's go get some cavalry forward to investigate as well. See, everything here but the cavalry. We can group up into like one thing here. Move forward. And one, I don't need this to be a group. That's just weird. Okay. These guys are in pretty decent shape here. The Romans are further from the hill than I thought they would be. In fact, they don't have to be this far away from the hill at all. This might be a great opportunity to like occupy this like ridge right here, actually. I mean, we can go ahead and run some Perioikoi and guest hoplites. Yeah, 2 Perioikoi, 2 guest hoplites. Hopefully they work in tandem with each other, and we'll run them up that hill of some helots. Agrianians are taking a weak volley of javelins from some shredded units. push some units up on the right onto this flank. And I see caltrops in the center, so my cavalry aren't going through that. So we can get the cavalry kind of around here. The Agrionians down here, right at the dip. Go ahead and outmaneuver them here. I mean, you can see here we've occupied a pretty nice firing point on my archers. It's going to be a great position. And my hoplites, I mean, they're already running into place, boys. They've done the journey. Oh crap, not these guys, not these guys. Go ahead and give this cavalry some nice volleys. You can see their horses getting bloodied. Don't think that this cavalry is gonna survive, honestly. It's pretty much fine. Crap, what's going on over here? A lot more BS than I thought there would be. Crap. Didn't notice what was going on here. I mean, honestly, this charge onto this flank is looking more like a suicide charge now that I look at it. You know, focus on this weaker flank here.
We have discovered the enemy's hidden units.
Charging forward with some shredded Triarii. There we go, bring up these light hoplites. Not helping anyone all the way back here. Just have to break these barricades. No wonder Romans put them here. Actually, it's kind of smart. It's keeping my men back. But it's alright. I mean, we'll break through them eventually. It'll just take a minute or two. These local archers are taking good damage. So there's that. Okay, where's my cavalry? God damn it, I need these guys back here. I am not microing this at all. It's a complete mess.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Triarii hoplites are getting destroyed by enemy pericope. Damn, these stupid barricades are so annoying. Nice! Okay, we broke them. We broke them.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
I mean, this center part just pushed forward for no friggin' reason that I can discern. And my general's all the way back here, so we'll push them forward. Okay, what about this side? Yes, we hit a Velite. I mean, this Velite should be getting wrecked by my Tarentine cavalry pretty handily. I don't see this Velite making it out. Neither do I see this unit making it out. But look at this Roman center here up on this hill. It's so weak. And we're getting hit by a lot of arrows. I mean, most of these guys are pincushions at this point. Over here, Agrionians losing. Let's rally the boys together. I mean, you know, your general is screaming extremely moral boosting things in your ear. He's coming into combat, ripping out his Ziphos and going in against these damn Roman conscripts. I mean, my Hippias is going into combat in this center area is going to absolutely destroy this Velite. These Pericopes will still have the ability to fight, but shouldn't be all too effective. Go hit this Alpine Assault Infantry. Man, Roman Velite in the center folds. So we're leaving this single Principe here, which is just not great for that Principe. Man, look, this Alpine infantry did manage to pull off a charge, but now my Helots are going to focus entirely on them.
Our men flee the field of battle. This is a shameful
Crap, this flank did fold over here, though. I think that's where the majority of the enemy Principes were, to be fair. But over here, I just don't understand how, like, the Roman militia is holding out for this freaking long. Should be dominating this hill. And this Principe should be going bye-bye. There we go. I mean, good news is that we did wipe out a Principe in the center, and we're gonna hunt them down nearly to the man. Bad news is that this Roman garrison is just unbreakable. They appear to be. I mean, these Italian swords in the back should break. We got an emphasis on the hopeful part, the hopeful connotation of should, right? See, this Italian swordman broke. Perfect. Okay, now we just need to pull these guys back a little bit. Light hoplites can pull back as well. Enemies shouldn't be able to catch up with them. Somehow my Tarantes are losing to Velites in combat. It must be that silver chevron or something. Filling this Roman general with arrows, but it's also not doing the most. I mean, you can see here, the Roman army is still quite reasonably good. They have a lot of Principes. Boston hoplites haven't really been engaged yet. I managed to kill a couple, at least one legionary, two from the enemy general unit.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Somewhat useful arrows. Go ahead, send some Perioeque hoplites out against the Romans. Let's see how well they do. I mean, this unit's still fresh, the enemy's winded.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Go ahead, try to push forward, throw our weight behind the blows. And nice, we did manage to kill one Principe, but these Romans are tough. This is a very well-drilled, professional unit, armed to the teeth. Veteran unit, too. Not green recruits to Principe, no. They're phenomenal.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
For these Triarii here, we're going to fall upon them with my light hoplites. See, the Romans are trying to push through this one Perioeque hoplite. Guest hoplites are going up against the Alpine assault infantry. We should be able to wipe them, though. Meanwhile, these Triarii, we're going to have to go up against my general because he is getting ready to charge. I mean, this is like a full Principe. I'm going to send an Agrionian against him. It is kind of a sacrifice, I have to admit. My Agrionians are not going to do well. I'm going to be real here. Don't expect them to, though. I just expect them not to die too quickly. Not even not die in general, just not die too quickly. While these Triarii, I mean, they're gonna have to last against a lot here. Against light hoplites and against my general. Who's gonna be extra motivated. Meanwhile, I mean, I'm gonna try to get my hoplites here to push into these Principes' rear. Of course, I have these guys just holding out. Yeah, we're winning against these assault infantry now. It's good. Only a really weak thing is these Agrionians who are probably going to run from the field any moment now. Oh crap. Gotta form up in a phalanx here. Okay, yeah, we got rid of the enemy assault infantry. There's some reinforcements coming for an enemy.
Our men flee the field of battle. This is a shameful display.
Hack them down! Periokoi hoplites!
General!
We surrounded Vis Principes here, though. That's the thing.
Yours to command.
And I'm hoping that this Periokoi is gonna win against his Molossian hoplite, but right now we're losing. Molossian hoplite's better, though, so guess it's to be expected. Those Agrionians ran. Normal shit from them. General's going up against a Principe. Oh, okay, we just got rid of an enemy Triarii who is already like half dead. To be expected, and oh! A bunch of other routes happen in the center actually. Oh, never mind, it's a full Roman army route. Nice! I mean, when it says close victory, I very much believe it. And as enemy morale was ebbing away, I was thinking to myself, well, honestly, the Romans could still break through me. I just think at the end of the day, if we just had a little bit more men, we probably would have. What really helped to me was that I just had more to throw at them, and I didn't make a ton of mistakes there. I took over the enemy left, my right wasn't strong enough to hold, but they held for a little bit. And in the last clash of arms, I engaged quite well, I think advantageously in general. Besides that one Agrionian I sacrificed, but they're mercenaries. I can't say I care about them a whole lot. And well, there it is. This Roman army is dead. And I think I'm just going to occupy the settlement. My ally be damned. If they could take Apollonia, then it's theirs, but you know, I need Macedonia to win this campaign anyway, so I couldn't care less about them and their survival.
Commander.
Let's see. Some okay-ish units I can recruit here if I want. Hellenic cultural influence is not super duper high. Let's see, Temple of Zeus. Level 3. Cultural influence plus 6 sanitation. There's something I want to transform it into. I mean, this gives a bit more public order. Twice more, actually. And plus 6 sanitation. This one just gives more influence. I care about the security against agents, honestly. I don't really care. I can upgrade this. I really don't need a barrack here, I can tell you. Alright, so we beat the Romans in battle. That's actually pretty solid. We captured Larissa. We're going to keep it. Next stop, Apollonia, and this army is still training. I don't think that there's much else to do. But upgrade Pessanos, I actually should. It's only going to cost me 1 food. Is there anybody?
Athena give you wisdom so that you may.
I very much think that Seleucids are done. I mean, they don't seem to have a lot of territory. That's all I could say. Don't seem to have a lot of territory at all. Okay. So the Galatians counterattack here, and they have a pretty solid army. Now, what I have is a bunch of hoplites. I'll admit, the main thing I'm worried about here is actually just the sheer amount of skirmish power they have. All of these Armenian archers are going to be a pain in the butt to deal with. Not their infantry. This army actually has pretty weak infantry, considering that this is the Galatians that we're dealing with. More like a bunch of Armenians. Some of these army units are also kind of early game. You can see a lot of shirtlessness. These spears, it's just some sort of a spear levy. This spear, I mean, the guys with the armor here, the plate mail, they're pretty good, or the chain mail. Cavalry is pretty good that I'm looking at, but on the other hand, this is a settlement battle, so cavalry is not going to be super duper effective under these conditions. Okay, let us begin. Now, this is not the main army I'm looking at here. This is just this initial force is just going to charge me, and they're going to die as long as I actually prepare for them with any degree of strategy, which I always do. Have hoplites here. And for the rest of the army, I am just gonna wait and see where the enemy's deploying. So I'm gonna go ahead and hoplite phalanx these guys. We'll have ample time for each and every single man to get into the phalanx beautifully for the standards and commanders to rush to the back. And, well, there we are. That's where the enemy's coming from. Let's see, we can go ahead and box up right here. Cavalry runs over here. 1, 2. I think I need 3 pikes to cover this side. Of course, oops, didn't fully select. Not like this. And there is like an opportunity to go out back here. I'm just gonna cover out with my general. Oops. There we go. Cretans, I don't know, just gonna like have them out here. I mean, the rest of it are just garrison troops. Yeah, let's see what happened here. So enemy general charged in, as usual. Never cavalry to charge here. The reason I wasn't looking is because it's just so telegraphed. The cavalry always just charges at first in these battles. Doesn't matter the difficulty level, doesn't matter anything. Cavalry always just goes right in. Screaming. Top of her lungs, their brains receding to the back of her skulls. The amygdala, only thing being engaged. And they just charge forward. A whole lot of stupid aggression. And you can see here, Celtic bodies hitting my spears. trying to break through to Spartan spear walls, and I don't think we're going to be awfully successful, but also my Spartans aren't exactly just going to kill them super duper quickly. Right, the enemy's going to be a little bit hesitant as they attack, but they will get battered, and my Spartans will be victorious. Although, I don't really want my Spartans to shoot outright, and oh! Look at these Armenian Azet nobles. I did not realize that they're coming at me with Azet nobles. Although it doesn't really matter what type of cavalry unit they are, they're still gonna be extremely damaged by my pikes. Getting some beautiful kills on some otherwise very dangerous units. Let's see what's going on here. Enemy spear walls disintegrating. Although you don't exactly expect a Gallic phalanx to be able to beat a Spartan one. You can see here, Gauls collapsing. They got shattered. They're like, yep, we're done. These guys, their reputation precedes them. We lost about 1/3 of our men, we're done. That's the thing, right? You have to think, like, when spear walls met historically, you'd immediately feel if your side was giving way. It would be a quick engagement, they'd assess each other's strength. It's very rare, but the morale was good enough that they'd actually hold. Here's what I was fearing. Our archers, and yeah, they're gonna try to weaken us at range. You can see intelligently their infantry hasn't engaged yet. But you know what? A lot of our cavalry has. I could just go ahead and get my cavalry, wrap them around a settlement here, and smack into some of these archers. And so far, my hoplites haven't taken enough casualties for me to be super duper duper concerned. Especially since we're about to get a lot of freed up hoplites here. At least at some point I will. After all, Celts are retreating pretty steadily. And they're shattering as they do, even though they still have quite a few men. And you can see here, it's not like I slaughtered them to the man. I mean, yes, my men did prove to be far greater warriors, but I know. When you click on men, the unit kind of pushes forward and engages a lot more deliberately, so we'll just do this so we can maybe kill these guys off a little bit quicker. But here comes my cavalry, boys. Cavalry charge into these guys. I'm sure it'll give my Spartans great pleasure to know that we'll have an opportunity to get some easy kills before the infantry comes on. Try to pelt this in. They're pretty good in melee, and they'll help accelerate the demise of this Phrygian mercenary spear. Should already be pretty heavily outclassed by my Spartans. There we go. You can see there, I've already shattered one unit of Armenian archers. That is phenomenal. The Spartans here, they're up against quite a bit. There we go. Man, I love his Galatian light cavalry. It hits super hard in the charge. They have some javelins. They're just ideal for slaughtering archers here. Macedonians are a bit slower, so they aren't as good for killing archers, although they get the job done. And I think it's time for my Cretans to start firing. I mean, I even forgot, right? This is a huge advantage that I have. I have some very elite archers that are going to be great at getting some kills here. Spilling some Celtic blood. This cavalry got a nice juicy charge. The Macedonians cleaned up some Armenian archers in the back, and now they see 3 units over here. And they'd love to go sink some lances into them and pull out their swords and go ham, so I'm gonna give them the chance to. Why deny them, right? My Cretans are gonna treat this retreating Galatians as target practice, and I mean, it's great for me, right? Get some additional kills. So plenty of these men aren't Galatians. A lot of them are just Armenian levies that they've taken. You know, impressed them into joining their army. I mean, that was great. We held strong. Our hoplites did great. Our cavalry managed to eliminate a lot of our archers, and of course their cavalry just charged in uselessly. Like, you can't charge a hoplite phalanx and hope to succeed, even against a levy phalanx, but frontally charging guest hoplites from Sparta, I mean, that's just silly, because there's no way that you're going to terrify them and break their morale with the charge. You're just going to be stopped dead in your tracks and speared through expertly. My hoplites, they hold on. They get some great kills against enemy infantry. They best the Galatian hoplites. Or I guess they're not really hoplites, but they essentially act like them. They bested them in combat. I'm gonna go kill some Galatians. Well, guess whatever spies did something there, or at least attempted to. Let's play one more turn, boys. Getting to an hour 3 mark. A lot of Galatian territory still proceeds in front of us, and it's going to be important as we advance to not overextend ourselves and leave provinces in a tattered, rebellious mess. Don't forget, raising an army, Sparta is not exactly the easiest thing, although it looks like Tillus is being overrun by Germans, and Nasos also fell, which was an Adrician settlement. That's not good. The Lugi are getting really, really big and expansive, and they're definitely going to come for us next. Meanwhile, I don't like that these guys are raiding, dude. I mean, like, what am I supposed to do to stop them? I can't really, like... I mean, they're my military ally. If I attack them, no one's ever going to trust me again. On the other hand, if I don't, then they're going to continue raiding. So don't necessarily have an army that's capable of attacking them anyway. This army's not even retaining. Oh man, this is a disaster. On the other hand, though, is there a possibility of making peace with the Romans? I mean, they're at war with a lot of different peoples. Nope. I could offer them a king's ransom and they wouldn't accept. I can go for olives here. -10. It's probably just entirely because of the rating, yeah. -10 on the rating, yeah. Just -10 on the rating. If we eliminate the -10, then we're good. What to do about these fools? What to do? I mean, I'm debating whether my reputation is really worth something here. I mean, what am I really trying to protect after all? I have no choice. Can't allow these guys to raid me. But who am I? A flea market? I mean, honestly, you shouldn't be able to raid an ally like this anyway. That's just silly. have to protect the people of Greece. Even if other people might scoff, they'll eventually come to understand. Tough decision, though. Very tough decision. There's no guarantee I'll be able to win this army. We're actually pretty equally numbered. Of course, I do have a lot of militia, but it's not like every troop of every man of mine is elite. We have bloody helots. A lot of bloody helots. Armed with nothing but a shirt, an arrow that they're very bad at using, and very bad morale. Oh, my Aspis is in great, and is in great strength. They have the hill though. What's their archer corps like? Just a bunch of Greek archers. I mean, honestly, they have very similar stats to my helots. Little bit less ammunition, but my helots have, but that's not really important here. Neither of them have armor. They have slightly better morale, but I just have a lot more helots and they have archers. If I can just... Honestly, if I can just get my helots to go fire at their archers, things will go good. We do have a couple of cavalry units, though. We do have a couple of cavalry units. So I can't be too far with my own supportive units, but still quite sure that my helots are capable of winning the skirmish, or at least leaving the enemy so poorly. Oh, yep. You can see that the AI knows that they're outgunned in the skirmish. They know it. They bloody know it. Begin the bombardment. Sure, some of my helots are falling, but it makes me very happy to see the men of Aetolia fall as well. I mean, it's unfortunate that my relationship with the Aetolian League ends like this, considering how many iterations of it I've been allied to. But truthfully, I had no choice. I can't allow them to raid my settlements with no repercussion, you know? But yeah, this Greek archer should rout. For human, anyway. Engage the hoplite phalanx.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Macedonian Lancers just charged right in. They got 8 kills. Jeez. I don't like that at all. Agrianian sellswords. I mean, we charge them with my Agrianian sellswords. Come on, boys! Like how some of the sellswords, they just have axes, but I suppose it's kind of like sword figuratively, you know what I mean? But yeah, I think the Agrianians, you know, they're good under charge, but you don't want to be charged by other Agrianians. You want to be doing the charging. As we're throwing arrows in. Oh man, I gotta be focused here. Got some Greek citizens into our archers. It's not good. You know what? My pike phalanxes should be a little bit better. Gotta go ahead and engage them. And one of my archers is wavering, but so is our Macedonian hired lancers, so I do not particularly care. These guys just need to go fight these Thessalian light hoplites. Sure, my Perioikoi can do okay against them, and man, if we could rout the enemy Agrianians, I would be very, very happy. Oh man, Macedonian mercenary phalangists. I do not like the sight of those guys. They're giving me a very ominous voodoo right now. If these guys continue to hit those Greek hoplites in the flank, should be a very advantageous fight. These guys can go hit that Greek militia. Okay, I think we're winning the archery duel here. What's going on this flank? Oh, okay. It's kind of hard to navigate what's going on here, but we managed to get rid of these Thessalian light hoplites, which is awesome because that frees up quite a few units on this flank to go kind of sweep around the main line here and hit them. Okay, let's go and try to aim at their last archer unit that's still functional. The general's been holding the center here, and honestly, he's been doing alright. Like, we have lost men, of course, but we've killed 51 between this Greek militia and the Macedonian phalangist, and we're about to go ahead and get some guest hoplites to charge in with swords. You know, we're abandoning the phalanx, and we're just gonna go into their flank and start carving it up. Right? I mean, hoplites can turn into swordsmen when they're not actually engaged in the phalanx, and we'll go get my Corinthian light hoplites to do the same. Some enemy units are returning to the field, including their feared Agrianian sellswords. We're gonna have to go ahead and charge them again. Right, show them why you never come back to a battle against me. You're lucky to escape with your life in the first place. Oh man. I mean, the enemy does just keep on rallying and coming back. And there really isn't much to do other than just advance up the hill and engage the newly reformed troops. I mean, surely... Yeah, now we're gonna break. Whenever you see everyone starting to blink, it's just a couple of seconds and they're out. Well, there we have it. We betrayed our allies. Betrayed? I mean, come on. They're ravaging my countryside. They're stealing my land, killing my peasants, making life a challenge for all Greeks. I can't have that. I'm sure the people will be happy with what I've done. My people. Maybe not foreign people, but my people will. And it might end up costing me some trade agreements or something, but it's a risk I have to take, you know? It's a risk I have to take. Thessalians are done. Now we have to go look elsewhere for allies. I'll release the captives, of course, but yeah. Fortunately, we will have to put them down like dogs.
You have further orders? Commander.
Our men become veterans by slaughtering our allies. Find something about that to be rather humorous.
At your command. Ready for battle.
Yeah, there we have it. Public order improved. Okay, so I'm gonna get 2 more cavalry units here. This army, I think I decided I wanted to make it mostly Helot pike based, so we can go do that. So you have this navy, but just kind of hugging the coast. I don't know, is Galatia still interested in war?
Come.
Yes, they are. I mean, I know exactly where this rebellion is, and suppose it's kind of fortuitous. It's only here, right? So, the thing is that Trapezos is just like a center of Galatian mustering right now. And Amasia has a crap army. Thinking. You know, it's like... It could just like go like this. Oh yeah, yeah. Okay, okay. I think I have a strategy here. Yeah, okay. I can just do this. I can make these guys patrol the region again. Public order is better. Yeah, this army goes in and we just slaughter these guys to the man, of course. And then I just kind of head back to Amasia so I can protect it. Because, yeah, this army would otherwise take it quite easily. But I think that was a pretty good move there, just to kill that army. I mean, I think this is a good place to end it, boys. So there we have it. This stream, we captured Larissa, Sinope, Amasia, and, well, I suppose this stuff was already here. And we did some management, of course. Fortunately, we are now considered unreliable, whatever that means, but otherwise, I think we're doing pretty well. Can't fathom why they wouldn't want to trade with me.
I cannot accept your terms. They are well intentioned.
And now we can go ahead and end the tour to go see like whether this is just gonna cause big issues for me. My reputation, I mean. Let's see. Do the Galatians dare attack me? Or are we just gonna do an agent thing and run away? Agent thing happened and they ran. Okay, cool. The Lugi, they are... I mean, honestly, the Lugi are probably gonna be at war soon enough over Macedonia, if I have to guess. Like, it seems like Tillus is on his last legs. I'm just wondering if I'm going to lose an alliance, but the Drissy instead, they're the ones that seem the more competent Balkan tribesmen, so... Makes sense, makes sense. And I really do wish, though, that in this game, you lose an ally if you're raiding them. Should lose them. It's very, very weird that you can raid without that happening. Very strange. Okay, let's play out this last herd, boys, for the stream. Let's see. So, yeah, Greece is good. This army needs to be moved. Let's see, is this a navy or is this an army? This is an army. Oh, we're not going to get to Larissa and want her during the fall, so... What I think is best is if I just go into Athens. Let's quickly start to recover troops. And honestly, I can go ahead and cancel some of the troops I don't like here. For example, these sellswords. Ew, so expensive. And these Tarentan cavalry. Ew, so expensive and kind of useless. Although these Helid archers, ew, actually freaking useless against the Romans. And... Slate Hoplite, honestly not very good either. So let's just get rid of all of these guys. And let's trade something else. Something that's actually going to be capable against the Romans. Let's see. What's my population like in Athens? Not the best, actually. I mean, honestly, I should have been trading this in Sparta. But whatever. I mean, am I still in Athens or am I in Sparta here? Yes, I'm in. Okay, I'm in Sparta. Let's go ahead, get some Perioikoi. Get a mere 2 allied archers. And then, I mean, I have a bunch of hoplites. I mean, this is supposed to be the army that's, like, not as good. Get another Perioikoi. Don't want to waste Homioi. Don't want to waste Homioi to just, like, get, you know... Don't want to waste them to get these guys, Maybe the Agrionians were a good idea. Maybe they were. We're at 13 now. And I could just give this army some Spartan hoplites, honestly. But I don't want to waste... Never mind. Okay. We've done the best that we can. What about this army? Right. We have cavalry in training right now. One more cav unit, and then one more helot. 2 more helots. I think that's definitely all that we can do for now. Go have this army move around a bit. We can go ahead and maybe just send somebody over to have some games in Galatia at Cappadocia. Just to make the public amused enough not to revolt immediately, you know? This Phrygian army just isn't gonna be that much of a danger, to be honest. But now that I look at it, Trapezius doesn't seem all that well defended. It looks like the Galatians are pulling back into Armenia, which might give you a little bit of a chance here. Okay, we can go ahead and end this stream with the Battle of Samosata. Yeah, I think that's all we can really do, because this army already moved. And then this army, I mean, we'll go fight this rebel force in one turn, I think. Maybe not. I mean, Trapezius is still out here. I'm gonna move this army in. Go sink this ship or something. But yeah, let's go fight the Battle of Samosata and end the stream, boys. It's gonna be the last battle here. We're outnumbered, but we have spotted hot and spotted strength. And what do they have? Well, I mean, honestly, they have a lot of Celtic warriors, but those spears aren't gonna be up to code. And of course, their Celtic archers are not the same as my Cretans, not anywhere close. So we should be able to win the skirmish, and I believe that the enemy is just going to come charging out, so we should be able to win on that front too. Right, we should be able to read their quite telegraphed moves. Well, honestly, this is a very choke pointy settlement, which bodes very well for me. I mean, honestly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And are we just coming out? Looks like it. Alright, right. I forget. This thing is glitched. You can't go through here, so... Yeah, we're all just gonna come out of his main area, and... That's about it. That's all I have to worry about. We can go ahead and just make a massive grand phalanx in the center with all of my guest hoplites.
We have discovered the enemy's hidden units.
Meanwhile,
Our general is under attack.
we'll have my Cretans form up in the center. Man, you can see the Celts are out here throwing their spears. We're trying to respond back with some arrows, and I mean, we've killed the Celtic warrior with an arrow. I mean, some of these Celtic warriors are going down, the occasional man. The thing is that I know I'm eventually going to be able to get to their archers with my cavalry, so I'll be patient and get to them sooner. I think better anger their Celts initially. Trying to run this mercenary veteran hoplite to the flank so they can take up position of honor right there. Let's see, these Spartan guest hoplites honestly enjoyed the charge. Clearly they did. They did excellently against it. Oh, you can see here, garrison lunged out. They just charged straight into my line, hoping to match me man for man, but you can see a lot of them are withdrawing, terrified by the death that they saw that my Spartans could quickly deal. My Cretans as well, right? Expertly pitching arrows into this unit. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and gear up to hit their flank. And what I'm happy is that the enemy isn't just breaking, they're shattering. They're not really killing my hoplites. I don't see a single unit besides this one on the flank that's had a lot of action. I don't see a single unit that's damaged. And we'll have these guys engage a little bit further. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and start sending in my veterans to just hit them on the flank. I mean, the enemy archers are focusing entirely on my general. I think we're just hoping to assassinate him or something, and I've killed a couple of his men. But all in all, they should maybe be focusing on the grand phalanx, because they're out there just slaughtering their warriors. And now, his warriors aren't going to be able to protect the archers, so... And now we're going to run these archers down. Simple as that. Frees up my general now, but he's not being a massive target. And I'm also going to go ahead and send in my Carians. They have a massive 28 charge bonus. A really good charge bonus for infantry. Because Carians aren't exactly the best units at holding a line, but they sure as heck love a good charge. Let's see how much they get on an enemy that's already broken. I'm just curious here. Charge in. Could they get 50? I pretty quickly got up to 50. It would be like slaughtering barbarians, that's for sure. Yeah, I think the Celts are kind of terrified by the sight of these Carians just running in. I don't think that they liked it. I don't think that they liked it at all. You see, the enemy didn't really take many losses. Their morale was just quite poor. But yeah, obviously we did take losses. 910. They took 1/3 losses. But in this game, usually the losses are closer to 2/3 than 1/3. I guess they just pushed up against my hoplites and felt despair because it's quite clear that their assault was going nowhere. Now, I was debating whether I just want to liberate the settlement or if I actually want to take it over. And truthfully, I want to take it over. I mean, I need to conquer Syria. Let's see here. It's one of my objectives. I have no choice, so I might as well take it over. You know what? I'm already -4 food now.
For the gods!
I think that I might as well go and end this petulant little rebellion. I mean, I would have been content to let it continue on for a little bit of time, but let's see. Go ahead, get some campaign movement range. Ooh, +7? Heck yeah. Alright, boys, so that's the end of the turn. This is where we're going to end things off. Pretty good spot. I mean, we are absolutely expanding our empire right now. I don't think Galatians at this point, they want to throw in the towel. It doesn't seem like it. I mean, how much land do they expect to lose here? How much are they willing to? Because they're just too proud to or something, but too proud to give in. But it's quite clear that they're not winning this war. I don't even think that they have the potential to. But yeah, boys, let us end the stream. Thanks for watching and see you next time.